First game day of sophomore year. At the end of this video, I'll talk about how my freshman year went, but I'm an electrical engineering major, and it is August 27th. And FSU is going against some D1 or D2 or D3 school. And I would say I'm close to a connoisseur of college football, and I have never heard of Dusquence in my life. So we should win 50-0. But you know, last year this happened. If FSU isn't good this year, then basically my 4-year FSU college life is just going to be filled with trash FSU football. Last year there was the whole like Jordan Travis versus Milton, who's going to be the quarterback, but now this is Travis's team. He's the quarterback one, the dual threat quarterback who really likes running. And then we have an NFL football player's brother, Micah Pittman, at receiver. We got the running back from last year who played well. Pretty sure his name's Trayshawn Ward. He's coming back. And hopefully we're a better, well-rounded team. But we're still not going to beat Clemson. But Clemson is going to play there, so I get to see all those NFL prospects. And this semester I'm taking like Intro to Programming, Gen Chem 1, and Physics 2. I don't think I'm behind or ahead. I think I'm just on pace, but I have to meet with my advisor about that. Hopefully at the end of the degree, I have a couple internships, maybe research on my resume, and then I get that full-time entry-level job. Obviously that's the goal for everyone in college. If not, why are you getting a degree? I'm gonna drop off my friend's book bag at his apartment and then go for a run and then play some basketball. And today also marks the day where one of my favorite YouTubers, Andrew Erickson, head of like the Talos of Network, he has Talos of Tech, where he's like an Apple sheep, but like an honest one, where you know he could like rant about Apple at points. He's right now ranting about iPadOS, which I agree. And then he also has Talos of AV, where he just uploaded a video of him taking delivery of his LFP Model 3 brand new. And I've been watching him since like freshman, sophomore year of high school, if not before that. And he's been always preaching how he wants his Tesla. And he just went from like a 20-year-old gas car to an electric car Tesla. That's a Tesla stretch. And I'm probably gonna do that eventually, but not within the next 3 years, at least not while I'm in college, but hopefully just after that. And obviously anyone who knows me knows that I want my first car to be a Tesla. I guess my first car was a Leaf, but I didn't really like own it. It wasn't really my car, it was like more my parents'. I'm really hoping for Tesla to release a LFP pack Model Y in the future. If not, I could like settle for a Model 3. Either way, I'm gonna be so ecstatic for that moment. It's been a long time coming. What made you get it yesterday?
I don't know, I think soon, like, James, like, getting, because he's gonna get a fish.
I'm all sweaty. I ran 4 miles and then played basketball with my friend Kevin. Still hot and humid. Agosto en el verano de Florida. Hace calor, mucho calor. Dulce is licking my bowl that I have to remove. And I'm watching Duocon. So hopefully one day they release a math app of like Calculus 1, Calculus 2, linear algebra, ordinary differential equations, pre-cal, trigonometry, geometry, algebra 2. But Duolingo's gonna release a beta for the math app, but just like low-level algebra, like 3rd grade, 4th grade level. So nothing crazy. I mean, I guess I could try it to see if it helps my skills at all, but I'm excited for the potential of Duolingo one day doing those higher level courses, and then maybe doing physics and chemistry and I don't know, maybe teaching you Python or C++. The potential is honestly endless. And I'll roll a Instagram reel with something that I actually bought. I bought a Duo plushie because I just love the app so much.
Speed is more important than ever. Then, Sammy Siegel, senior software engineer, will sum up everything great about Duolingo's exciting new math learning app. Dr. Tom Crawford, mathematics fellow.
And it's pouring. It's gonna be a wet one. Going as expected. 6% pass completion for Dusquence. Wow. Got the hair drying, came back from the game. Here's the final score. We left at halftime. I'm sorry, Dusquence. Higher level D1 schools going against FCS or Division II or Division III schools. It's just a joke. It's just basically another scrimmage for the team. But next week when FSU plays LSU, that's the first true test. I got one of my friends to start drinking bubbly. Look at this beautiful rack. And we have my oat milk there, iced tea, lemonade, milk, these fun drinks as Ryan Trahan would put it, and agua. I'm gonna throw in some edamames into the microwave. My first year at FSU was very college-like. I mean, between high school and college, there's definitely like a huge gap. You're now mostly living on your own if you live away from home, because I live in Tallahassee, like a 6-hour drive away from Miami. But I'm used to like cooking for myself. I'm living with my girlfriend, so I'm living with a roommate for like the first time in a while since I was young, and living with my brother in the same room. I tried the special dues for the first time. I went to clubs for the first time. I went to football and basketball events, saw FSU beat Duke. I joined the FSU running club. I passed all my classes so far. Didn't really know what major I wanted to do my first semester, but then I switched to electrical engineering classes, or at least the path to eventually get there. Still hanging out with the few high school friends that are now going to FSU. Said goodbye to one friend that transferred. Made a couple new friends. Went to all the different FSU parks to run with the running club. Tried the city's restaurants. Started going to the gym. Doing Duolingo. Got some cats. In general, I like college. It's a good bridge going from high school to like actual adult life outside of the college bubble. Good transition period. But everything's not as in your face anymore as high school. Like in high school, all your friends, you're just seeing period after period. You have a dedicated time for lunch. But in college, you eat whenever you want. And most of the time you could cook for yourself, go to places on campus. We now have Pollo Tropical, Panera, Panda Express, another third Starbucks on campus. I don't mind. Even though I haven't gone in Starbucks on campus once yet. And also you start to develop more personal relationships with the teachers way easier because you have them for a full year. And sometimes you could have them for 3 years straight. So my English teacher, I had her for junior and senior year. My physics teacher, I had him junior and senior year. My math teacher, I had him sophomore, junior, and senior year. So you just see the same teachers over and over again in high school. I don't know if that's like an exception for me and compared to others, but in college you rarely see the same people because, I mean, especially on a large campus with 40,000 students, everyone's new and everything rotates every semester. And my gosh, the college summer break is so long. My college break basically went from the beginning of May all the way to like the end of August. Like a good thick 4 months compared to like the 2-ish months of high school. I did take summer classes, so not really a full summer, but they were like easy elective classes. And this year I want to try and make more friends. It's way more difficult to make friends in college, especially since I wasn't in a dorm, so I couldn't become best friends with my roommate there. But I'm going to try and join the Cuban Association, the Electrical Engineering Club, still do the running club. I'm doing IM basketball, maybe do an outdoor pursuits field trip. And then there's all these fringe clubs which I could join, maybe, maybe not. The vegan club, environmental club, hiking club, movie club, anime club. All like, I could not. I do have a couple bullet point advice things that I would have told my freshman self before I showed up for the first day of college. Number one, go to office hours if you need extra help. So for whatever reason, it's like mandated for all professors or TAs are leading a class, they have to have office hours. And most of the time, they're just on Zoom, just sitting there for 2 hours, probably working on other stuff. But you could use that time to go to them, ask for extra homework help or study tips, or get to know the professor if you want to do that. So definitely go to office hours, which is not a thing in high school at all. Next is that you have to register early, and in my opinion, 8 a.m. classes aren't that bad, but I'm mostly a morning person. But oh my gosh, for like the past 3 semesters, I haven't been like on the opening day of registration for classes, and it is so difficult to pick up a schedule that you want after the opening day because classes get filled so fast. Like I thought with a big campus with 40,000 students, the classes are going to be plentiful. But for ordinary differential equations, out of the 40,000 students, only like 150 are taking the class this semester. So there's only 3 classes, and I couldn't get into it this semester. We're going to have to try again next semester. We'll probably do it because I know the date in the back of my mind this time, because I'm never going to miss it again. Because you do not want to be playing the refreshing game Silly Week, which is syllabus week. I guess I would have told this bullet point to my high school self, but I wish I took a couple of those dual enrollment classes, especially the basic ones like E&C 1101. Like I should not be taking that in college when I could have taken it for free with the community college partnering with my high school. I just missed the opportunity. I thought it was a waste of time. Like, oh, I'm just gonna spend my 4 years here and just enjoy every single semester of it and not try and rush the whole process. I wish I rushed the process a little bit, because you could still like just go lighter on the class load and still spend 4 years at the college. So it was a little bit misguided there in my decision making, but you know, you learn. I don't think it's controversial, but I guess it's my history. I like more choices, more freedom to do what you want. I don't think freshmen or sophomores or anybody should be forced to live on campus. First of all, that's like anti-competitive pricing. That kind of makes housing not a free market anymore, because if an apartment building wants to be cheaper than an on-campus dorm, but you're forced to go to on-campus dorm, you're just paying more money to the university when tuition is already sky high. So it's kind of just like anti-capitalism there a little bit. But there's nothing wrong if a person wants to just live off campus. Yes, it's going to be way harder to make friends and get involved, but you get to have your own kitchen, your own washer and dryer, probably more square feet to yourself. You get to control your sleeping schedule a little bit more, since you're not like having 2 beds in one room and the other bed is with someone you don't really know too well at first. So I guess, yeah, I would say that. And now I'm gonna read some r/college comments about some tips for college. So the first one is from r/engineering student, because I'm an engineering student. It says, remember to enjoy college. I graduated in May of 2021 and have been working in an engineering role since then. I just want to remind you, anyone still in school, to enjoy the heck out of your time there. Nothing really compares to college. I know the studying and classes and being broke may suck. Being out in the real world just isn't quite the replacement of going to school events, hanging out with friends, and even studying in the library with classmates. So for those getting ready for the fall semester, make the absolute most of it, because it won't last forever. I want to do more study groups this semester too, if I get a chance, especially with physics. Comment 2, now this is on r/college. Don't start bad habits with the idea that you'll fix them once the content becomes harder. This cannot be understated. I started drinking heavily/daily at 17 and still haven't stopped, 7 years later in grad school. Yikes. Another comment, get involved, whatever that means. Don't put too much pressure on yourself, that'll just backfire. Take it one step at a time, focus and put forth as much effort as you can into each one of your classes and really enjoy them as much as you can. Try to be the most social person you could be, because that will make everyone in your classes feel more comfortable. Study and do your homework and just enjoy the experience. Life is about the journey and not the destination. And this one's a little bit more humor, a little bit more sarcastic. By showing up every class, every day. I agree, you shouldn't really miss your classes. You can if you want to, but try not to sleep in or be like, I'm too lazy to go to class. Just go to class. Get involved early, try new clubs, Greek life or whatever. Just put yourself out there. You meet a majority of people and friends through those avenues. I agree. You can make acquaintances through classes, but you make your true friends through outside events. At least that's what I've experienced so far. Check out clubs. One of my biggest regrets was not getting involved with clubs sooner. College clubs are a great way to make connections with a bunch of people both in and out of your major's path. I've had a lot of people that were able to help me look into internships and job opportunities during and after college that weren't even of my major. Also, it's just great socially and for your resume depending on how involved you get. Ooh, this next comment I actually completely agree with. Forgot to mention it myself. Work hard and build your GPA up early on freshman and sophomore year. This will make it much easier to get internships, research, and will make life less stressful if you finish a 400 level course with a C. During the summer, save as much money as you can because you'll spend way more than you think during the school year. I struggle with my social life the first year or so. If at any point you feel like you have no friends, know that a lot of other people feel the same way and that it takes time to find friends and build relationships. Drink as much free beer as possible. I've never seen free beer, but okay. I guess at major parties there's probably free beer, but also usually at those major parties there's like a alcohol, I guess, fee as you enter. I made a whole walking Tallahassee guide that goes more into depth on FSU specifically, but FSU is a massive party school. But people here are surprisingly smart. The incoming class of freshmen that are below me have an SAT score from 1300 to 1430, and that's the average. So obviously there's, higher people than that. And one of the top 3 majors that the incoming class has chosen is engineering. So these people are ambitious and going for those hard courses, those arduous courses that we could hopefully pass with a C at the end. Because I'm going to take circuits next semester. Have to meet with my advisor though. I like FSU, and a part of me feels like it's almost fate that I'm here, because I did get denied by UF. But I came here a couple times for the cross-country trips. I like Tallahassee. It's more north than Gainesville, so get slightly colder temperatures, even though the football team is slightly worse. Or, I guess we're both on the same level this year. UM is just the better one out of the Florida schools for now. And I like living away from home. Sometimes I do feel homesick, especially when I spend the summer in Miami and I'm seeing all like my local high school friends, and then seeing my family day after day, and then going up here the first week you kind of feel like a little something absent in your rib cage. But then you get used to Tally a bit. Whole different lifestyle. Could I live here? Nunca. Never. Do not like the pace of life as an adult. Like I do not want to raise kids here. For me, it's just Austin's calling my name.
This is nice. This is real nice.